everyone, it's Tanya. Today I'm going to show you how you can create a card using just one stamp set. And for today's stamp, I'm going to use this really cute gingerbread stamp from Whimsy Stamps. This is called Ginger Snaps, and I will link everything I'm using today in the description box below. So this is the only stamp set I'm going to use, and you're going to see how I get an entire card out of just this one stamp set. I'm going to use some Memento ink because I'm going to be using alcohol markers. You most definitely can use whatever medium you want to color yours in. Colored pencils, regular markers, distress inks, other inks, watercolor, whatever you want to use. But today I'm using alcohol markers. I have my card base. This is the A2 base, and I already cut a piece of black cardstock and glued it to the front, and that's also cut at A2 size. I have a smaller piece that I'm going to be just stamping some images on and coloring and then cutting out. This is going to go on my card, and this is a 4x2, the white is, and this is 4 by, I think it is 2 1/4. And that's what I'm going to put my sentiment on and one of my images. And then I made a background just by using, let's take it out the package here. I just used the little gumdrops from this, and I just randomly stamped them all over a piece of cardstock, and I'll be coloring those in. So that's how we get the background. And I didn't think that I needed to show you how to do this. You basically just stick your image onto a stamp block and just randomly stamp it, and make sure you take some of your images off the edge. Or if you want to do it on a bigger piece of paper, you can do that and then cut it down so that some of your images automatically come off the edge. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stamp out my other images that I'm going to use today. So I'm going to move this stuff just to the side. And for today, I'm going to use this little gingerbread guy here. He looks like he's looking down. He looks kind of sad. So I'm going to stamp him, and I'm going to stamp an additional set of the gumdrops out. And we'll use the Misty. Stick that there. Put these here. Okay. Whole piece of paper lifted with that. I think it's because my gingerbread man has not been stamped, so he's still brand new. Okay. So we got our little gingerbread man stamped out, and I am going to leave the stamps in the stamping platform in case I want to go back over this after I color it. Let's start coloring. I will speed this process up, but I will try to show you what colors I'm using as I'm going along so you can follow along. I am using the Ohuhu alcohol markers for this. So I'm going to start with my gingerbread man. And then when I'm done with that, I'll pop back in and we'll start on the background.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens, 2 love gave to me. 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
We have our little gingerbread man and our extra gumdrops colored. We are going to move on to our background. And again, I'll speed this process up so that you can watch, but I'll show you what colors I'm using. But I'm going to be using the exact same colors I used for these on this.
6 geese laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 swans a swimming.
Okay, so you've seen how I'm doing this, and I'm not doing all the green ones at one time because I want to kind of make sure I have enough blending time in here for these. So I'm just doing a few at a time. So I'm going to save you from having to watch me color every single one. So I'm going to go ahead and finish all the dark green ones, and then I'll pop back in when I start the next color. Okay, now I've got all the green, dark green colored in. I'm going to start on the red. Okay, so I've got the dark red on, and now I'm going to go in with the light green. Okay, so I've got the lighter green colored. Now we're going to go on with the lighter red. And the background is complete. Now you could go around this with some inking if you wanted to, but I'm going to try to keep this card kind of clean and simple, so I'm going to leave it as is. Now the step is going to be to cut these images out. I normally would use my scan and cut, but because these are such simple images, I'm just going to fussy cut them myself, and I'm going to save you the trouble watching me fussy cut. Once I've got these out, I will be back. Now that I have my little gingerbread man and my gumdrops cut out, I'm going to move on to the next step. I will point out that I know these were supposed to be buttons, but because of the sentiment I'm going to use on this card, I wanted it to look like his buttons were missing. So that's why I did them that color. I just thought I'd point that out really quickly. So for my next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little gumdrops, and I am going to use a little bit of glossy accents on them and then dip them in some Distress clear rock candy glitter, just so they have that kind of gumdrop sugary look. So as you can see, that gives a nice sugar-coated look to it. And we'll let those dry. I'm also going to add just a little bit of this glossy accent to the eyes and let that dry so it'll have a little bit of a gloss to it. I'm not going to add too much. It might have been a bit much there, but we'll set it aside and let it dry. And we will move on to our next step. So for some reason, my camera stopped recording and I did not realize it as I was putting this rest of the card together. So I'm going to kind of explain here what I did. So all I did was I took the background and I glued that to the card base, just centering it onto the black to get that frame. I then took and used the Oh No Not My Buttons gumdrop stamp from the same stamp set, and I just stamped that onto this white strip here. And then I glued the white strip to that little black strip that I told you I cut out. I put foam tape onto the back of that, and I placed that in the center of my card. And I did use my scrapbook.com silicone mat for that. It holds my card in place, and it shows me perfectly where the center of this card is. So I went ahead and did that with foam tape. I took my little gingerbread man and I popped him up onto some foam tape also and put him onto the white piece. And then I just snipped off the little red gumdrop that was in the front. And I popped all those up onto foam tape and I put them on. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a white gel pen and I'm just going to add a little bit of highlighting to my gumdrops on my background. Okay. So sometimes my white gel pen kind of acts like it doesn't want to let ink out. So I'm going to just keep this little scrap here that I can use to kind of run my pen across if I feel like the ink's not coming out correctly. And this part is absolutely optional. You do not have to do this. I just like the look of the kind of white highlight on these. So that is the finished card using only one stamp set and only black and white cardstock. So that shows you that you can definitely achieve a full card with minimal supplies. If you enjoy this video and you'd like to see more videos of me using just one stamp set to create an entire card, please let me know, and I'll try to do a couple more videos like this showing you ways you can achieve this with maybe some different supplies. Maybe we'll do inks or watercolors, something different. Just let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it, if you'd like to see more videos like this. Sometimes I think just a kind of minimalist card is cute, and this card could be for Christmas because of the colors, but it also, you could use this card for just to send a card to cheer someone up because it's pretty funny. Oh no, not my gumdrop buttons. So again, if you enjoyed the video, please let me know. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate it when you subscribe, when you give me those thumbs up. It helps to get my videos seen more. I definitely will link these products in the description box below. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a great day.